Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time when we left off, we were in Apocrypha, in a realm called the Sallow Regent. Oh damn. You can see how hard those tentacles smack you if you get too close to them. Anyway, the idea here, just like we're playing the old Thief tutorial again, is to stay, although in the inverse, is to stay in the light and avoid the shadows. Which requires us to track these little lanterns as they move around. I'm just kind of waiting for one to show up here again. Just got to get into the light and stay with it. There we go. There's an Atronach Forge recipe for a Storm Atronach tome, which I think we had actually already seen. Yes. That's okay, though. Got to stay away from those tentacles, man. They're what'll really just brutalize you. So that's pretty obviously the way forward. It sure seems like we're having trouble getting a lantern for it. There we go. No worries now. Up, 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 and away. And here we are. Ooh, now we're in a big room. Oh wow, I thought I was in the light. Anyway, over here you can see, I didn't want that. I wanted the pod, which has an Atronach Forge recipe for a random enchanted weapon, which, believe it or not, is actually on the list, so now I can take it off. So this is an ebony ingot, a Daedra heart, a filled greater soul gem, and ooh, a silver sword, I think. So there you go. Random Daedric enchanted weapon is now off the book list, or the list of still missing Atronach Forge recipes. I guess I'll put it that way. Here's another pod. We've read all those. I think it actually, it seems to be passing in a loop just around the area. I wonder if candlelight will work. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it does. And there's a spell tome, Detect Undead, which is actually just Detect Dead. Nearby dead can be seen through walls. That's very good. That's the second to last alteration spell. All we're missing now is ebony flesh. Pretty cool. Alright, there's a seeker. I was gonna say, I knew there was something else in here. Candlelight is best because it just sticks right with you. We got 2 high seekers. Let's deal with them. Recharge our bow. Check their bodies. 5 Songs of King Wulfharth we actually have read, even though it's a very rare book. Let's check the other body. We've read those 2. Over here is the Always Present Conjure Seeker spell tome. I've noticed you can find at least one of those tomes in every single zone of Apocrypha. Here's our pod. We've read Flight from the Thalmor. We've read all the books of riddles. We'll just head on up here. Our candlelight wears off, so be it. I'll just cast it again. That's the easy answer. There's a Lurker Sentinel. Weaker than we're used to fighting. Seems like it's almost always Vindicators. He's gonna fall. But we still got him in time. Always good. Fast healing. Do I know fast healing? I think I do. Yes, I do. That's fine. Let's make our way up here. Let's cast Candlelight again. Yeah, I forgot how you can easy mode the whole light and dark aspect of this one. Let's cast a light spell. There's another lurker. Down he goes. Oh well. They actually don't loot as well as Seekers do. And he somehow made his way up here anyway. So I really didn't have to worry. Alright, we're almost done now, as you can see. Here's the Black Book. There's Flame Thrall. It's the first time I've ever seen a master level spell tome out in the wild. But that's the one that you learn automatically from completing the quest anyway. What do we have in here? Nothing new. That's fine. Completed. Black Book, the Sallow Regent. Take that off of our quest list. There's only one Black Book left after this. Outside the main quest, of course. Now our options are Seeker of Might. Combat skills are all 10% more effective. All spells cost 10% less magicka, or stealth skills are all 10% more effective. I'm going to go with combat, extra damage, pretty straightforward, and head back to Solstheim. And sure enough, I uncovered the hidden knowledge contained in the Black Book, the Sallow Regent. Now we've reappeared in White Ridge Barrow. We're pretty close to the exit. As you may recall, it's right back here. Close to the spider contraption. So right there, right above White Ridge Barrow, is the 4th and final mountain peak we need to scale. That's Mortrag Peak. So we'll be heading up there right now. Don't know if I can get this one without Arvac or not. I greatly prefer it when it's possible, just because it's so much easier to control and steer when you're not on the horse. Who knows? We'll just have to see. As before, we have to get all the way to the tippy top of this. And that is easier said than done. Come on, you can get up there. I know you can. Don't make me get Arvac. I don't want to. I'm not making any progress, though. If anything, that was probably a bit of negative progress. Hey! Oh, we are so close. We're just doing this. Yeah, come on. Up, up, up. Oh, gosh. So close. Come on, dude. Yes! Give it to me. There we go. Mortrag Peak discovered. Wonderful. Let's take it off the discoverable locations list. Well, hey guys, guess what? There are only 5 more locations to discover in the entire game. And only 6 left to clear. I know, that's pretty crazy, huh? Alright, let's head over here. Discover another location that we'll come back to later. Let's descend down here to the Mortrag Glacier, which should be very familiar to anyone who played Blood Moon. There are the Castle Karstag ruins, which we'll discover for now and leave. And now we'll fast travel back to Thirsk to take care of some business. There are 3 favors to do. There's a favor for Halbarn, a favor for Heland, and a favor for Elmas.
Yeah, the place still has some of the reekling stink on it. But that'll wash out in time. Finally, I can get some sleep at night. You have no idea how good it is to be back here. Thanks for your help, friend. Yeah, the place still has some of the Reekling stink on it. But that'll wash out in time.
So you can see all the Reekling stuff is gone.
Definitely missed the forge. I wonder if it missed me.
Where do you get your raw materials?
I have friends in Raven Rock, and a few among the Skal. There's not much metal on the island itself, but we can find what we need, when we need it.
You were able to get the forge working again?
Those things had filled it up with slop for their beasts. Elnus helped me wash it out, but the fire still smells terrible. It's not as good as it used to be, but I still am, at least.
Are you getting back to work?
Cleaning out the forge was the easy part, but those blasted Reeklings made off with most of my materials. And I can't forge air. You tend to wander around, don't you? If you come across any Stalrim or Ebony in your travels, bring them back to Old Halbarn. Help each other out.
Bring 10 Stalrim ore and 15 ebony ingots to Halbarn. I've brought the materials you wanted. Give Stalrim and ebony.
Just in time, too. Kuvar was starting to give me some grief about his new armor. This will do the trick nicely. You come back if you ever want some fancier armor yourself now.
Completed, bring 10 Stalrim ore and 15 ebony ingots to Halbarn, which means we've completed the Halbarn favor quest. Let's head inside. We already have everything, so it's literally just a matter of talking to these people and turning in the favors.
Go out there. Where is Bejeweled?
It's not that simple. Bejeweled was rejected by Hrothmund.
Are you serious? How did she take it?
She attacked me and I had to defend myself.
Ah, I see. I hope she fought well. Did Hrothmund recognize anyone else? Was it you? Is that why?
Hrothmund said the next Thirsk chief is a long way off.
Well then, I'll do my best to keep the Hall together until that day comes. Now look, I understand you were just defending yourself, and because you helped us retake the Hall, I'll look past it this once. But I wouldn't show my face in here again if I were you. Do we understand each other?
I'll keep out of your way.
See that you do. We have nothing to say to each other. Don't want to talk to the likes of you. Keep away from me. Keep away from me.
Alright, let's talk to Hilland now.
You, what do you want? You ever tried hunting with no sleep under you? It wasn't pretty. Now I can rest properly, it should all be going better. Make it quick. I won't be here much longer. Once Halbern's done sharpening my blade, those Reeklings are gonna pay. Just warming up a bit here, before I head out and take some revenge on those Reeklings. Just one more mug of mead, and then I'm off. Make it quick. I won't be here much longer.
How is the hunting going?
To tell you the truth, I've been a little distracted. I've got this idea. I want to make a reminder, so we never forget what happened the last time we got soft. I want to ring the whole hall with their little spears, mocking us from the past, making us work harder, fight better. The only problem is, I'm gonna need a lot of spears. A lot. So if you could find a bunch of them for me, that would make it easier.
Bring 50 Reekling spears to Hilland. I've got a lot of Reekling spears. I hope it's enough. Give spears.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Give them here, and I'll get to work soon. All right, then.
1,200 gold added. Completed. Bring 50 Reekling spears to Hilland, which completes the Hilland favor quest. And finally, there's one more to do for Elmas.
Quick. I won't be here much longer.
Divine smile on you, friend. I was able to salvage most of the latest batch of mead. The rest was foul. Can't talk too much, I'm afraid.
How much meat is left?
Enough for now. But I'll either need to get some more barrels or start importing more if we're going to make it through next winter. Last thing you want is the mead to run out just as the fire dies.
Do you plan to stick around here then?
Kuvar isn't enough to frighten me off. He makes a lot of noise, but at the end of the day, he wants what we all want. Peace and the warm drink.
How was the mead?
We lost most of the batches we had brewing before those things were here. One is just ready to take its turn, though, and it's about time to add some of the flavorings. You can't find them on Solstheim, but if you find yourself back in Skyrim, I wouldn't mind you bringing some juniper berries. They add a different kind of sweetness. Tart. Makes the flavor more round.
Bring Elmas some juniper berries. I've got some juniper berries. Give berries.
Oh, perfect. Just the right ripeness, too. Good work, friend.
750 gold, 10 Ashfire mead. Completed, bring Elmas some juniper berries. That completes the Elmas mead favor quest.
Watch what you're doing.
And it also,
Quick. I won't
incidentally, is the final quest to do here in Thirsk.
much longer.
So let's take a look around the reconstructed area right quick. There's one thing I suspect we should be able to find somewhere in here.
Keep away from me.
And it may be elsewhere. It isn't here. There's a book about Thirsk somewhere that I
We have
kinda
nothing to say to each other.
would have expected to be in Thirsk,
Don't
but
even
it,
think about it.
but it isn't. We'll do one more pass just because I'm
I was able to salvage
really confused. I could have sworn it was in here somewhere. But apparently not, unless it's under one of these beds. No. No, no, no. Okay. I guess it's just going to pop up somewhere then.
Keep away from me.
Alright, we're done here at Thirsk, so let's move on. We are now going to make a quick trip back to Raven Rock, where we will sell all of our remaining pendants to Fethis Alor. Now, unfortunately, the quest does not disappear from your journal, but I'll just deactivate it like I did with Speak to the Companions Leaders for Work. But in my mind, that will complete Pain in the Necklace, sufficient to remove it from the quest list.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. As long as you keep bringing them, I'll keep buying them.
Alright, that's all of that. So we'll take that off. Now we've got a couple of new people to...
I'm a different person, and I have you to thank for it.
Here's Browza Drell.
I could swing a pickaxe better than any man in the mines. Made thousands of coins. Now it's all gone. There's something you need?
Why should I... How are things now that the mines are open again?
Couldn't be better. The sections that are being opened up have revealed some huge deposits of ebony. Old Cretius has a nose for exactly where to dig. If they'd only listened to him years ago, the town wouldn't have been in such dire straits. At this rate, I'll be able to put a roof over my head in just a few months.
Why should I pity you?
Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless? Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the retching niche. Or I used to, anyway.
Used to? What happened?
That fetcher Gildis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care?
I could talk to him for you.
You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the niche, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you.
Convince Geldis Sadri to admit Browza Drell to the inn.
Quest to change Geldis's mind. It can be quite stubborn.
This quest is called Feeding the Addiction. It wasn't unlocked until we cleansed the Earthstone. Let's talk to this guy too, Rurns Lervu.
Because of you, my life has meaning again. Thank you.
Yes, Sarah?
How are things now that the mines are open again?
Brasla's been nice enough to show me how to swing a pickaxe. She's an old hat when it comes to digging up ebony. I may not be an expert at it yet, but it's good to be back at work and have some coin in my pockets. Farewell, friend.
Alright, let's head into the Retching Natch. Deal with this little diversion right quick.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
Welcome to the Retching Natch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips.
Why did you ban Browsadrell from your inn?
Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning her sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't.
She has a right to do what she pleases.
I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time.
Tell Browsadrell she's welcome at the Retching Natch.
My doors are always open.
It's pretty straightforward, but it'll complete the quest feeding the addiction. Looks like she's gone into the mine, but that's fine. Just tidying up loose ends here, there, and everywhere.
I can't believe you found a way to reopen the mines. I don't know how to thank you.
Here she is.
Look at me. I'm a different person. And I have you to thank for it.
I missed her second line earlier.
Don't pity me. And don't look at me like that. I know what I am.
You're welcome at the Retching Natch anytime.
Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it.
Iron Mace of Arcing added.
See you in the mines.
Alright. Well, I'm certainly not going to bother carrying that around. I'll drop it in here. Oh, really? Huh. Alrighty. Now, we're going to go do the next phase of Unearthed at Kolbjorn Barrow. That's right here. You can see there are more tents now. The camp has gotten bigger. And there's a new volume, the Journal of Rallus Sedaris, Volume 21, which we can read and take off our book list. The Journal of Rallus Sedaris, Volume 21. My invisible friends have kept it up, drawing closer. It took me a while to realize they were hiding themselves, but I figure it's out of shame. It takes a certain type of cowardice to spend all your time questioning a man's worth and value. You'd think they'd have the decency to at least let me sleep, but they persist even there. As for the dig, we continue to stall out with the opposition from within the barrow. I had hoped the hardy people of this island would be able to deal with shuffling bones, but I appear to have overestimated them. I won't make that mistake again.
And now you're back. Great. Just great.
What is it this time?
Draugr again. I mean, we should have expected it, right? What else do you find in these damned crypts? Waves and waves of Draugr. At least 6 of the diggers are dead. The rest of them ran off.
and I don't blame them. You've had some luck with these things before. Do you think you could go back in, see if anyone's still alive?
Completed, return to Kolbjorn Barrow. Clear the Draugr from Kolbjorn Barrow. Search for the missing miners. Oh, he's mad that I knocked over his journal. It's like, why is he shouting?
Any news?
No, not yet.
Then why are you still talking to me?
I agreed to fund Rallus Sedaris' expedition to excavate Kolbjorn Barrow, but work on the site has stopped. Most of the miners were killed by another wave of Draugr attacks, and 2 more unaccounted for. Alright, well, down we go, as before. None of this is any different, although... Oh, actually, apparently it is. Just kidding. Yeah, we got fresh Draugr in here, so... I guess I do need to pay attention to the whole thing. I guess maybe they did some extra digging? Cleared out more space? Yeah, it looks that way. That one is live. Goodness, that is a lot of Draugr. Now this is new. That's where the boots of water walking were. And we had an ash floor all the way over to it. So you can see that we've dug out a good deal more of the mine. Or the barrow, rather. We can hear word wall. And over here you can see the very top of it. But it's still buried in the ash. Yes, that is unfortunate. I agree. We can head up here. That gate is locked. Gets us back to where the boots of water walking were. We, I suppose, need to head down here into new territory. Truly new territory. We need to kill some shit. Here's Braden. I guess he's one of the 2 we were still looking for. Alright now. Got busted walls here, but there's a chain to pull. Opened up the right side, where there's another Draugr. And doesn't really seem to have done anything else, although there's another chain here. did nothing over here, but opened up the far side, where there's yet another Draugr. There's another chain here, which apparently just closes that one behind me. No real interest in that. I could have sworn there was a way to open more of these. Maybe I'm thinking about somewhere else. Looks like somebody already tripped that pressure plate. Got some shit here that's still buried. Good classic soul gem trap. Levers. Got to play around with it, and then you can figure out how to open it. Completed. Search for the missing miners. Completed. Clear the Draugr from Kolbjorn Barrow. Speak to Rallis. Here's Mirelli, and she's got a note, Mirelli's letter to Mother, which we'll read and remove from the book list. Mother, I understand your worries, but there's really nothing that should frighten you that much. The first crew working here was a bunch of idiots and milk drinkers who didn't know how to watch their own backs. We might run into some trouble, but I've handled trouble before. The one who hired us, Rallis, is a bit of an odd one. I'm keeping my eye on him, though, so don't add that to your fretting. We'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Just worry about you and Father, and let me worry about myself. We'll talk when I'm home. There should be money enclosed with this, and if it's missing, you should take it out of the courier's hide. Yours, Mirelli. Oh, that's too bad. Sounds like she was a good daughter. Hit this to open up a secret room where we can get Ozidal's Ring of Necromancy. Whenever a creature you have reanimated takes damage, they explode for 50 points of frost damage and die. Well, that's pretty cool. Take that off the list. That's right. That's actually the bulk of the barrow. There is more, a little bit more to see, but we'll get to it on the inevitable subsequent return trips. So for now, let's head back out. I agreed to fund Rallis Sedaris' expedition to excavate Kolbjorn Barrow, but work on the site has stopped. At his request, I dealt with the Draugr and found the bodies of the missing miners. Out we go. Let's chat with Rallis. Let's pay him 3K this time.
Any news?
As you might expect. Keeps going up. I've defeated the Draugr and located the missing miners. They're dead.
I should have figured. Damn.
Well, at least we can get back to work. But hazard pay keeps piling up, and this won't be getting any cheaper. I'm going to hire some mercenaries this time, too. Having some people around who know how to fight should. Well, it'll set the miners at ease, and hopefully keep them alive. But they won't be cheap either. It's going to hit 3,000 this time, I'm afraid. Have you got that on you?
Here, this had better be worth it. 3,000 gold.
We're going to be making this back 50-fold, partner. Trust me on this. I'll go hire a new crew and some brawny types to keep them safe. Come back and check in on us. Nothing can stop us this time.
Wait for a message from Rallus. I agreed to continue funding Rallus Sedaris' excavation of Kolbjorn Barrow. He told me to return in a few days to see how work was progressing. Sure enough. And now, we're going to do a new source of Stalrim. Remember, southwest of Skull Village, elves dragging something through the woods? Well, track southwest. The quest marker kind of ruins it, but we need to head to the abandoned lodge. Now, what we find here might be interesting to you. It took me aback the first time. Yes, it's fucking Thalmor. I know, right? Yes. We have a big gang of Thalmor here at the abandoned lodge now. Let's kill them off and search the bodies. One of them will have a key. There it is. We have a key to the abandoned lodge and a handwritten note. Let's read the handwritten note and then take it off the book list. I grow impatient with your lack of progress. If you cannot break the smith, I will be forced to find a more capable interrogator. I expect your next report to contain more encouraging results. A. Interesting. Alright, let's head into the lodge. Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun. What the hell is that doing here? It's Solstheim, not Skyrim. Anyway, we head down to the basement, and we find Baldur. They were right to worry. Fucking Thalmor abducted him. And apparently we're torturing him. So, over what? Let's find out.
Outsider, I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you have come. These accursed elves have taken me from my home.
Are you hurt badly? Do you need healing?
No. No, my wounds are not serious. I don't think the elves were trying to harm me. Perhaps they intended to frighten me. At worst, I have a few bruises to show for my ordeal.
Why would the Thalmor abduct you?
I do not know this word, Thalmor. But if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Stalrim. Their leader, an elf named Ankarian, has a map. He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Stalrim.
Stalrim? What's that?
Enchanted ice. As hard as iron and as cold as death. Stalrim can be forged into deadly weapons, but the art is known only to the smiths of the skull.
Where can I find this Ankarian?
They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live. But take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the All-Maker bless your days.
Alright, so we completed Search for Baldur Ironshaper. Next is Retrieve the Stalrim source map. Baldur Ironshaper, the smith in Skull Village, was abducted by the Thalmor. They were trying to get him to reveal the secret of forging Stalrim. Baldur told me that the Thalmor leader, Ankarian, had a map that showed the location of a new source of Stalrim, and he asked me to retrieve it. We can do that. Not too bad. And Carrion has now appeared at North Shore Landing. So let's head there. No need to fight as Thalmor.
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along.
I have business to discuss with your leader.
You will find him on the deck. Any hint of treachery, and your life is forfeit.
We can search these chests now, which is always fun.
Leave at once. Do not test me, or I promise that you will regret it. You are interfering with official Thalmor business. You will leave immediately if you value your well-being.
Yeah, let's check his pockets, too.
Leave at once. Do not test me, or I promise that you will regret it.
I'm here about the Stalrim map.
So you know my purpose here, then? I suppose you must have found that dullard of a blacksmith. Unfortunately for you, my mission here is also a secret. To protect it, I have no choice but to silence you. Now, give me one good reason that I should not kill you where you stand.
The blacksmith won't talk. You're wasting your time.
I admit we are not making the progress I'd hoped. Perhaps you're right. This venture might be more trouble than it's worth. Very well, you have convinced me. We will depart the island shortly and seek our weapons elsewhere.
Completed. Retrieve the Stalrim source map. Talk to Baldur Ironshaper. Baldur Ironshaper, the smith in Skull Village, was abducted by the Thalmor. They were trying to get him to reveal the secret of forging Stalrim. Baldur told me that the Thalmor leader, Ancarion, had a map that showed the location of a new source of Stalrim, and I retrieved it. Now I need to bring it back to Baldur. We look at the Stalrim source map. You can see it's there on the northwest corner of the island, and we can take Stalrim source map off of my book list. Lovely.
Do not test me.
Now let's head back to Skull Village. Wrap up this quest, and try once again to get Fenari's quest to start.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Did you find the elves at their ship?
Yes, and I've brought you the map to the Stalrim source.
I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, brave one. I name you Friend of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of forging Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will from it. Until our next meeting, Skull Friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful.
We've now completed the quest, a new source of Stalrim. Baldur Ironshaper, the smith in Skull Village, was abducted by the Thalmor. They were trying to get him to reveal the secret of forging Stalrim. Baldur told me that the Thalmor leader, Ancarion, had a map that showed the location of a new source of Stalrim. I returned the map to Baldur, and in gratitude, he offered to let me use his forge, where I can craft new items made from Stalrim. Sure enough, we can now craft Stalrim items. So let's craft a dagger right quick, just to get the achievement. Achievement unlocked, Stalrim Crafter.
From Dior, how you went in search of Baldur. That was very brave. And in fact, that's just the kind of courage I'm looking for.
Stalrim Crafter. Craft an item out of Stalrim. 70 out of 75, 93%. I helped a man in need, that's all.
Modest as well as brave. Most admirable. I can see why the Skull think highly of you. Yes, I think you're just the adventurous sort I need. I have a job offer for you. As a scholar of history, I've always found Solstheim to be most intriguing. I've made many forays into the ancient ruins that cover the island. I've come to know those ruins so well, I could draw you a map from memory. That's why I noticed the new passage the moment I laid eyes on it.
A new passage to what?
An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look. Those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch my back down there. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
Started. Lost Legacy. Travel to Valak's tomb. I met Tharstan, a historian living in the Skull Village who discovered the recently unearthed entrance to an old crypt. He offered to hire me as protection while we explored the crypt and asked me to meet him there if I was interested. Well, we are, of course. We'll be heading there very soon. First, however, I'm going to see if Fenari finally feels like giving me a quest.
You risked your life to save Baldur. Your name will be honored in our village. I suppose I've always spoken my mind. We live also, like the Norse of old. We embrace the Allmaker. We do not worship the Nine Gods.
She's still not doing it. Go figure. Okay. Now we can head to White Ridge Barrow. And from there we can discover the Stalrim source. There's not really anything we need there. I'm just doing it to check the box on location discovery. There are now 4 locations left to discover. Yes, that is a small number. Soon it's going to be 3. Here's the source. It's this little tomb here. Stalrim source discovered. And if you head in, there's a bunch of Stalrim you can mine if you're so inclined. I'm not, but you might be. Alright, let's go do Lost Legacy now. Head to Thirsk. That's the easiest way to get there. And head south. You can see there's a new marker over here. This is Valak's tomb. By the way, we now only have 2 locations left to discover. 6 to clear. Let's head inside, and we've been going about an hour, so I'm going to end the video there. Completed. Travel to Valak's tomb. Talk to Tharstan. Alright, and that's where we'll pick it up next time on Let's Play Skyrim. We're so close to the end, guys. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please consider clicking an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing, any or all of which would really help me out. Regardless, please know that I really appreciate the time you spend watching, and do hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.